Alright, hear me out. And maybe this is just me, but I just thought about it because I was driving on my way home. I'd really be ready to cut it smaller. Like the littlest thing, I'd just be turned off. Like, ugh.
Energy. She knew that going on this trip was a mistake. She felt it and she didn't listen to herself. And there's a lot of sorrow around that. She sits at the feet of her mother and asks her to forgive her and says she's sorry for what she did, because I believe her mother told her to get away from this guy. And of course, as parents, we know our children will never listen to us, even if they love us and talk to us 24 times a day. They're not going to listen. They're going to do what they do because they feel like they're grown and they know better. And sometimes adult people can't see what's in front of them. It was a set up. I'm sure the restaurant people didn't set it up. They were probably coming to her aid, but the argument itself was a setup. And then my mind goes right around to, what was this argument? Oh.
But in a statement to the BBC, the hotel did not confirm details of the case given by the police. Now listen, we have told you in the past 2 or 3 videos how lax the police are in Zanzibar, in Tanzania, how easily they're paid off. Government officials, we told you that people from Africa have been telling us that. That's not coming from me, somebody who's North American. We're telling you there, and that's known. You could Google that.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my lighter.
Family, we're back. Thank you guys for being here. It's making so much of a difference, y'all. Just tapping in with the comment section and just interacting with the channel, period. Thank you guys so much. Let me know what time you get this notification, because I'm really trying to see how long it takes for notifications to go out versus when I actually post a video, and it's helping me make major adjustments to the content and when I release the content. So it's important to let me know what time you got the notification, or at least let me know where you're tapping in from. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of research, trying to see what regions tap in the most and how long it really takes for notifications to get out. Yeah, so if you haven't been getting notifications, unsub, resub, all that good stuff. And yeah, thanks for being here. We're gonna discuss, review, and react to a few clips about this Ashlee situation. It's still not sitting right. That was her in the beginning of the video talking about she'll cut a person off just at the smallest thing. That screams toxic to me. I'm sorry. We heard Kevin Gates say it. She told me if I take my hands off of her, she was gonna blank me. We know she crazy. She from Philly. Yeah. Anyways, let's review and react to some of these clip updates, and we'll go from there. Let's go. So this first clip is gonna be a guy that speaks on the parents. I hadn't seen this footage until today. Without any words, it confused me to why they had offering colors on. That's what I call all white. Purity or offering. But they had on all white. But what stood out the most was the guy of different hue with a red shirt on. It reminded me of the Back in Blood video with Dirk, where everybody else had on all black, he had on all red, and that was the same night that the stuff happened to Vaughn. I would see a lot of my comments say that the family's this, the family's that. Check out this clip, y'all. Check out this clip.
Hey TikTok, let me show you something, bro.
Initial call that she got from Joe.
Bro.
11 hours.
Do that look like a grieving mother, Skate?
Yes.
And why they got on all white? Like, what is going on? Yo, what is going on? What is going on? Yo. This don't look like no grieving family, bro. They not grieving, like they not, why kill your daughter in Africa? I got your daughter in Africa and you acting, this is, what the bro, what is going on? Hey, yo.
I want to step in and say this real quick. He keeps talking about Y and T. It plays no part in what he's saying, in my opinion, because what happened to their daughter no matter what color the alleged culprit was. It doesn't matter. But I get where he's going. Although they say you can't tell a person how to grieve, that's very true. We don't know when this took place. We don't know anything about it. But I could say if I were in the same situation and I had to do an interview like that, just merely having to touch on that topic or having to gather yourself before you're presented to the world, it would be rough. I do want to say a lot of black families grieve. Yeah, y'all get where I'm going with it. But this looks different. This looked very different. It looked very, very different. Especially the mother. But it was the colors for me. The colors. Do I think it was something that deep? I really can't say, and I'm not going to pass that judgment without doing my due diligence to see who the parents are. Like, to see what they were affiliated with, their jobs or college groups like fraternities, sororities, or that type deal. But let's let bro cook.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. Something real sinister is going on, man. Like, it's clear, bro. I'm gonna say this right now, and I believe the family got something to do with it. I believe it's some strange activity, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. A lot of people don't admit this, bro, but a lot of, uppity black people, bro, they are not us. Let me say that again, bro. They are not us, bro. I'm telling you, man. This right here, bro. I don't know if they had problems. I don't know if the daughter was really getting along with the family and all. Well, from my understanding, and what the mom said, you know what I mean? They talk all the time. Relationship is on the beam. But this is what you look like when you get a phone call that your daughter is gone? And y'all dressed in all white with this white man sitting over here with this red shirt on. What is this, bro? This is something sinister. I don't care what nobody say, man. Call me crazy. Call me whatever, bro. My eyes is open, bro.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what went wrong. But let's allow the police to do their job. Hi. Let's allow the police to do their job instead of jumping to conclusions. Let's think about this for a second. Let's play this hypothetical theory of a game, right? I'm going to turn back around because this is a busy road over here. Let's play this game. The same way that the entire internet is showing hate, envy, hi, hello, hate, envy, jealousy at this beautiful, successful black woman and her age gap successful partner. Because mind you, Ashlee was also doing her own thing. She had her own life outside of Joe. They added to each other's lives. Consider that. We don't know what happened. I'm not saying that he didn't do it. I'm just saying allow the cards to play out, because if he didn't do it, then not only are you guys dehumanizing Ashlee, whose life was taken away from her potentially, but then also the man who, I'm sure if he had no hand in this, he's grieving terribly, and he's gonna come to the conclusion, look how much his life was ruined when it was supposed to be the best experience of his life. What I'm saying is we don't know. Let's not jump to conclusions. Okay? Now consider this. All this envy and hate in the world, what if somebody's seen this beautiful chocolate woman being proposed to by her older, very wealthy partner? You've seen that picture of her feeding the giraffe with those evil eyes watching her, the same way that I see the evil eyes on the internet condemning her when she's a victim, potentially. I knew Ashlee. I didn't know her to do something like this, so I might be leaning more into something happened to her, but this is all speculation. This is just from the person that I knew her to be.
Now, her her statement perplexes me. Real talk. The evil eyes part, and then the evil eyes from the internet. It's either she thinks bro had a hand in it, or she doesn't. I almost feel like she's trying to save face. But listening to her and looking through her, this is a type chick you gotta watch. That's the best way I can say it, y'all. That's the best way I can say it. And real quick, I need y'all to report to the comment section right here. I had a subscriber that got mad at me because I called women females. I didn't say 304s. I didn't say the B word. I didn't say floozy. I didn't say tramps. Nothing like that. I might have said something. I'm not sure what context, but I can only see me saying some females, or I don't know, y'all. Is it wrong to call a woman or women a female or females? Is that wrong and offensive? Anyways, this chick, you got to watch her. You really do. You really do. Because as much as she says that she wasn't there and we got to let the cards play out, how can she be so opinionated on that dude? How did she know so much about that dude and what he felt and also thought? Keep that in mind. Let's get to the next clip.
If the police are telling the BBC something and the BBC goes back to the hotel management and says, can you collaborate this? And they said, no, we're not saying anything. We cannot collaborate that. That is telling you that the hotel knows that the police are not giving the BBC correct information. We have known since the beginning that there's something that we're not being told that's correct. We know that there's some sort of cover-up. Is it a cover-up from the police? Is it a hotel staffer? Is it Joe McCann? Y'all know I think it's Joe McCann. I think most of you do. But we know that there's some sort of cover-up here because the first story came out where she did this to herself, and then after Joe was being investigated, now we know he's being held. This is proof. Now, the hotel staffer is saying his own story, but the only person that has been consistent throughout this whole entire ordeal is the hotel. They are very, very limited in the information they're coming out with. For now, somebody who's been covering this case from the beginning, if you ask me, the only people that has been given out consistent information is the hotel management, not the staffer, not Joe, and not the police. And now we have the BBC confirming that. Now, let's go on to the autopsy report, which once again is very, very suspicious. And once again, coming from officials that could be easily paid off. An autopsy has now been completed in the unaliving of influencer Ashlee Janae, but her family says the most critical answers remain out of reach. The update marks a significant step in the unaliving investigation, yet it has done little to ease the growing frustration surrounding the case. Her father, Harry Robinson, told TMZ he recently traveled to Washington, D.C. in an effort to push U.S. officials to help establish communication with authorities in Tanzania, where his daughter was unalived. That reach out appeared to yield progress. Robinson said officials were able to make contact and the family was informed the autopsy was completed Tuesday. However, the relief was short-lived. The family has still not received the results. Why? Why can't the family, I understand not the public, but why can't the family get the results? Robinson, Ashlee's father, says they have only been told the investigation remains ongoing, leaving them in a holding pattern as they await the full report to determine their next steps.
Shout out to bro. We're going to end this right here. I kind of get the feeling, you guys, that her parents were not in cahoots with that relationship. They didn't think that that was a good idea for her. That's just my opinion. I cannot explain the lack of emotion from the parents. That's very interesting. And I'm not saying that they got to be boo-hooing. I'm not trying to disrespect how other parties might grieve. But to lose a daughter and to have to speak to the world through this lens about the situation, that could evoke some reactions out of one. Sniffles, the occasional teardrop, the wiping of eyes, the occasional Kleenex or the Kleenex box pass, or I'll tell you one thing. As much as people critique individuals like myself and others that say, hey, we get this part, but don't forget about this part, people won't speak on that. That friend would not speak about the views and opinions that Ashlee shared about certain type men. But she'll speak about certain type men having a certain type thought process to this situation. What are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments. Let me know what time you got this notification. It's so imperative. Hit that thumbs up button, all that good stuff, and let me know where you're from. I'm out. Peace.